Tonight, 213 Johnson C. Smith students aren't sleeping in their dorm rooms. Rather, they are staying in hotels or apartments after Helene seriously damaged Greenfield Hall, a dorm for female freshman students. Queen City News reporter Daniel Pierce shares how the university is trying to pay for the repairs amid lots of frustration from the students and parents.
One student told me it wasn't until just a few days ago that classmates were moved to apartments and hotels as the campus tries to fix the storm-related damage. Meanwhile, a look at the history at Greenfield Hall. We discovered that this is not the first time something like this has happened.
Man, they gotta go to a hotel, all type of stuff, man, but the more they gotta get that together, bro. We spending too much money.
Monday began a new routine for freshman female students being bused from campus to one of 3 hotels nearby where they will live for now.
They shouldn't have to go through more. Like, they just gotta wake up, get ready, go to class. You know, they ain't pay for this.
Before he stopped to speak with a sophomore student, JB says he was helping some of those classmates pack up. The campus has some signs of damage from Helene. The most notable, however, was to Greenfield Hall. According to a release from the university, due to heavy rainfall, we are seeing evidence of storm-related damage and increased moisture in the hall. University staff also noted since this is a year of record high enrollment, there's no place for these students to stay on campus. JCSU has applied for financial help from FEMA.
We pay so much money.
It's a situation similar to 2018. When students shared images of mold inside the same exact hall.
Really bad coughing to the point where I'm like vomit.
On my hallway is probably like 5 or 6 rooms that had mold.
Renovations were reportedly done to the hall in 2023, which has at least one student wondering how it's happening again.
If I'm in here in the freshman, like, and I'm in a groove, and then they like, yo, you gotta get up. I'm like, what y'all got going on?
The university has not shared exactly what the timeline looks like to get students back inside the dorm or even have any insight, and how long it may take FEMA to give them some sort of feedback. Meanwhile, they do stress that these students and their families are not having to pay for the additional cost of hotels or apartments. Outside Johnson C. Smith University, Daniel Pierce, Queen City News.
It's just a mess. At first I thought IU was handling this well, but the more I find out, this has been an ongoing issue.
Mold in university dorm rooms is the problem. A mother is unhappy with how Indiana University is dealing with it. The university says it is committed to providing a safe environment for its students and has a plan to get rid of the mold and get students back into their rooms. Working for you, RTV6's Derek Thomas has that story.
This is a photograph of the mold that was on the heating and air conditioning vent in 18-year-old Isabel Trusty's dormitory room. It was on her furniture, too. She's been shuttled from place to place while her room is being cleaned up.
I have a test today, and I have not had a chance to study that well.
Really?
Yeah. Because I've been looking for housing, and because I've been concerned that I won't have a place to stay this weekend.
The university has created this emergency operations center to direct the cleanup detail. Resources are directed to and monitored from this site. The primary dormitories affected are Foster and McNutt. 122 workers are deployed trying to fix things, but Isabel's mother isn't sure administrators understand.
I just think they need to be aware of the seriousness of the situation. The kids are sick, they're missing class, and they're scared. They want a place to live, and it's ruining their freshman experience.
We know that we have a significant issue. We know that a lot of people have been disrupted by this. We know that it's been very hard for us to respond as quickly as we would like to, and we are absolutely determined that we are going to make this right.
The university is deeply sorry for the disruption and struggle the mold issue is causing, and it is giving some students money back. In fact, they're giving students who have been affected a $3,000 credit. That is no doubt welcomed by many, but there are some who still would like better communication about their immediate future.
I have no clue when I'm going to be able to move back into my dorm in Foster. I don't know. I haven't gotten any information on that, so I'm just waiting.
And the workers continue to clean. The university hopes the remediation is finished by November 1st. In Bloomington, Derek Thomas, RTV6.
It's not ideal to have remote learning.
But starting next Tuesday, students at RSU 10's Mountain Valley Middle School will be completing their classes online because this old school building, which was built in 1967, has a mold problem.
The bottom line is the whole school envelope is compromised.
RSU 10 Superintendent of Schools Deb Alden says the district started to receive odor complaints last school year, which prompted them to contract with a company to complete 3 rounds of indoor air quality testing. Testing revealed that more than 12 different mold genera were found throughout the school, making it unsafe for student learning. Dr. Dora Mills says the mold isn't toxic, but exposure to it can make you feel sick.
Allergy type of symptoms, coughs, runny noses, and can cause symptoms similar to pneumonia.
Alden says she has been told that some parents and even staff have gotten pneumonia that could have been caused by the mold inside the school. Parent Shannon White says her 10-year-old daughter, who is more susceptible to respiratory infections due to a heart and lung disease, is just one of the students whose health was impacted.
I should feel when I drop my kid off at school, my kid is going to be safe. And I don't feel that was being provided.
We don't want people to be sick.
Alden says to fully eliminate widespread mold, the entire school would have to be gutted.
It doesn't make sense because if you've been over there to the school, you'll see that right in back of the school, we have a new school being built.
Raya Wooten, News Center, Maine.
K-State dorm is being inspected from top to bottom after students reported mold in their rooms.
And KSNT News reporter Kelly Saberi found out that students are concerned about their health.
For college freshmen, the first semester is an exciting time, choosing classes, sorority rush, and living in the dorms. But students living in Greenfield Hall didn't anticipate they'd be so sick so frequently.
She was hospitalized because her asthma, she had mold growing in her lungs.
Like all of our symptoms kept leading back to mold, and then everybody was like, wait a second.
They searched their ceilings for more answers after the students received an email from the school reassuring them that there was no mold in their building. It says if your space smells or seems grimy, it is important that you are cleaning on a regular basis, with a list of tips to clean their rooms.
It was a little bit condescending, but she just really wasn't aware, and she thought that the girls were being dramatic, I think, which is pretty insensitive.
So the fact that they were like, oh, well, you guys are gross.
After the school confirmed that there is no mold problem, one freshman took matters into her own hands by using a mold testing kit, and this is what grew over the weekend.
The student who shared the petri dish with us has requested to remain anonymous. She first thought she and her roommates were getting sick as part of the adjustment to college life, but is now convinced it's the mold. However, the school says they have only found 4 incidents of mold so far in their search, and they are continuing to do so today.
And we're also putting a prohibitive paint over top of that space to keep future mold from growing. So we are following the EPA guidelines and the environmental health and safety guidelines about how to remove mold. We're also doing samples of that mold. And when this project's finished, we will go back through and test air quality.
In Manhattan, Kelly Saberi, KSNT News.
And the school says the process will take a few days to search the entire building. K-State says the other dorms will be checked.
New at 11, and imagine using the restroom only to be greeted by something on the wild side. You know it has to be a head turner for us to be talking about it tonight. Claims of mushrooms and mold, and we decided to investigate the pictures and the video. CBS 46's Alan Devlin walks you through it. Plus, the response from the university in question tonight. Alan.
Absolutely, Rick. Let me kind of tell you what's going on here. So these freshmen just moved into their Georgia State University dorms about a month ago, and they were met with what they believe is mold and mushrooms. Now, I've got a ladder here because that mold wasn't found on the floor ground level here. No, it's up here on the ceiling in the Piedmont Central dorm between the 2nd and the 3rd floor. As of today, a brand new update, GSU says they're stepping in.
This is the mold that's in my bathroom.
Some GSU parents concerned after their students found what appears to be live mushrooms and mold.
This is the mold in our shower room.
Growing in their bathrooms at Piedmont Central dorm.
He told me about it.
Amori's son just finished a bout with stage 4 lymphoma, and she says mold is a total no-go.
Mold is unhealthy for anyone to be around, let alone someone with that has had underlying conditions such as my son.
And I just wanted her to be able to focus on school and having a good time and handling her business rather than
where she's going to live, if it's safe.
Teresa's daughter lives in the same building on a different floor and has the same problem.
Now they're basically moving them rooms, putting them in a different environment so they can get to the bottom of what's going on in their room.
In response to a CBS 46 inquiry, GSU released a statement that reads, "These are isolated incidents, and we have worked to relocate students and treat and repair the issues." GSU has also moved to clean the existing mold, already making progress in Amori's son's room.
I just want to make sure everything is safe for not only my child, but for all of the students that are in that building.
And again, GSU is re-emphasizing as much as they can that these are isolated incidents. As of now, they say they will continue to investigate, and of course, we'll keep you updated as this story continues to develop. For now, we're live in Atlanta. Alan Devlin, CBS 46 News.